not, Ranger.
Now what do I do? Okay, this is Advanced Dungeons and Dragons video game cartridge.
Your dungeon master has placed you in a dreadfully precarious position. You're playing the most phenomenal game ever created.
Well, salutations, everybody. Welcome to the Investigation Check at 225 Games Podcast. And I've got the whole crew here with me. I've got Mike over to my right. I've got Chris below me. However, we are not live. We recorded this the other day. So I hope the future is awesome. I hope that the hover cards are cool and world peace is sweet. Give peace a chance, or whatever John Lennon said. But you know what brings us here together today? On this lovely day. It's not peace. It's war. And what is it?
Night.
It's fight night. What is fight night good for? Absolutely everything. So, but before we get into it, Mike, how are you? Taking a swig from your Stein. I'm not as cool as you. I have a can. I'm not as high class as the Stein. But how are you doing?
It was Oktoberfest, so when in Rome. Doing
Do as the
phenomenal.
Germans do.
Yeah, my wife's German, so I have to just pick up what she's putting down.
There you go.
Doing amazing, doing great. Been looking forward to this for many weeks, ever since we even started this topic of conversation, and I felt like it was almost a destined thing, because I remember you randomly in the chat were just like, "Have you seen this article about a wizard versus a fighter?" And immediately Chris and I both were just like, well, obviously this one would win. It's hands down. So it's not like, this is what we wanted, and we're going to see this come to fruition while wearing some sweet 225 swag here. Super comfy shirt. It doesn't shrink in the wash. I just washed mine. You guys should head over to the store and grab yourself. We got polos, tank tops. It's quite the ensemble.
Yes, the new logo and the old logo are both up. The polo has the old logo. I love that polo. That is the coolest, most well-fitting polo I think I've ever owned, by the way. Super awesome. Yeah. Chris, how are you tonight?
Well, I'm not feeling as cool as y'all because I don't have the 225 merch, but I've got my my serial killer shirt on.
Oh, that's ready for fight night.
He's got spoons because it's about cereal. Yes. So I'm ready. Yes, absolutely. As soon as this came up, I was like, it's fighter, hands down. There's no questions here. Who wins in a fight? The one that fights. The best, the fighterist. That's what it is. The fighterist.
The fighterist fighter in all the land, I have to say.
Yes.
So here's how this is gonna work. We're gonna go roll over to Roll20. You're gonna be able to see the fight unless you're on Spotify. After I upload this to Spotify with the other backlog of episodes that aren't there yet. And then you got to pay attention to the road instead of watching Roll20. I'm sorry. But I will do my best to dictate what is happening. But we'll have Roll20 up. You'll see the icons. You'll see the ruler. Everything's going to happen. It's rules as written. Nobody has any special benefits. It's a level 20 fighter, a level 20 wizard, all on a flat ground. We tried to make this a controlled experiment with no variables. It's just raw fighting on a flat plain grid. So, before the fighting begins, I'll ask these fine gentlemen here to kind of give us their backstory, give us a little bit about the character as a character, tell us a little bit what makes them tick, all that fun stuff. Then there'll be a little bit of role play, get that into the fight, and then boom, we're in it to win it, and we'll see where the night takes us. So, gentlemen, are you ready?
Let's do this.
Yes.
I am ready to rumble.
Let us.
I'm ready
rumble.
like SpongeBob.
Just like SpongeBob. There you go. So, without any further ado then, let me roll it on over to Roll20 here, right quick. Boop. Now we're on the grid. Here we go. We are positioned exactly 30 feet from each other. So, Chris, tell us a little bit about your fighter that you've made here. Tell us a little bit about them as a person. What makes them tick?
Yeah, so this is my first build. Spoiler alert, I made several builds for this because I believe that the fighter can so easily handle the wizard that there are 3 different ways I can do it. So I got 3 completely different fighter setups here. This first one, his name is Pooh. Totally stole that from our in-person table because that name is glorious and it shall forever live in yes, that is
In
who he is.
infamy.
Yes, I love Pooh, the bear. I'm Pooh, and I'm here to kill people, kill them dead.
All right. That's awesome. Now, Mike, why don't you tell us a little bit about your wizard and who they are as a person?
My wizard is a rather old gentleman by the name of Internus, or as his friends call him, Ernie. And Ernie's he's been around for a while, studying the arcane arts, the way the world works, how the planes interact, and he's decided to live out his remaining days at the top of this extremely tall tower where there just happens to be this massive, flat, perfect ground for fighting if anyone so chooses to climb his tower to engage
Okay.
for whatever reason.
I love it. Okay. So you're chilling out in this tower there on this flat ground. And do we want to do this like Pooh, you're approaching this tower?
Like I just climbed up it. That way we can kind of just jump right in.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, Pooh. Why were you climbing this tower here? What sparked your interest in this tower?
Well, my boss, he told me you gotta go up this here wizard's tower and you gotta kill that wizard dead, or you can't be in the tribe no more. And tribe Wendy's gonna turn you away, Pooh, if you don't get up there and kill that wizard.
I hope you get in the tribe, and I hope you kill the wizard then, Pooh. So
That's my dream.
you climb this tower, and you do see this wizard. Would you roll a perception check for me here?
Oh yeah, sure. I'm super perceptive. Oh yeah, I really am. I got 25.
That's a 25. So you see this wizard in his full garb and everything. So over there, Mike, what would Pooh see here if he sees you crystal clear as day?
He would see just this older man sitting cross-legged with a quarterstaff across his lap, the traditional long white beard, just some what might have been at one time blue robes, but very stained and spotted. He doesn't care to clean them, and a pointed wizard's hat, staring directly back at Pooh.
Pooh, you see him staring directly at you.
I'm Pooh. Are you Intis the wizard?
I am. Have you come to learn?
Learn? I don't learn nothing. I'm here to kill you. I gotta take your stupid wizard staff down to my clan chief.
That is unfortunate for you to come all this way to die so quickly.
You old man. What are you gonna do?
Would you care to find out? It might not work so well for you.
Yeah, I've seen worse.
And for you, Bryce, you see a. Oh, do you want to do a perception check there for Garrett?
Yeah, do that. Perceive the bear or Pooh Bear, whatever he is today.
These old eyes aren't what they used to be, and that would be a 6 for perception.
Oh, it's that some cataracts you got. You gotta get that taken care of there, bud. Oh, what does he see there?
He sees Pooh in his golden fluff and his red shirt. You see a sword at his hip and a shield in his left hand. And he's smiling at you.
He's literally Winnie the Pooh. All right. So, I guess then, now that those fighting words have been spoken, let's do that old phrase here. Everybody roll initiative.
I ain't never killed no name before. So, first time for
Alright.
everything.
Well, before we go any further, I've seen into the future the initiative roll of this individual, and using the power of my portent, he has rolled a 2 for his initiative. You have rolled a 2 for your initiative.
I would like to call on the DM for a rules as written clarification.
Okay, I will do my best. What's the situation?
So, the divine portent, as I understand it, for the divine or the time wizard or whatever.
Divination wizard.
Yeah, that thing. It's only based on as a turn, and since initiative has not been decided yet, this isn't a turn, so you cannot use that ability.
May I read to you from the player's handbook, page 116?
Sure.
You can replace any attack roll, saving throw, or ability check made by you or a creature that you can see with one of these foretelling rolls. You must choose to do so before the roll, and you can replace a roll in this way only once per turn. Each roll can only be used once.
So you can only use it once per turn, so that precludes that it has to be used on a turn.
Would you say that the language saying how many for any ability that references turn, you have to be in initiative order to use it? Any spell?
Well, initiative's not in a turn, but I'm gonna let the DM clarify on that.
So the question at hand here is initiative a turn?
Am I
It
able
is
to-
an ability check, so that is
It's true.
true. So if the ruling is initiative is indeed a turn, then it rules as yes, you can. But if not, then it is not a turn. So initiative determines when it's your turn to act in combat, but it does not seem that the rolling of initiative itself is actually a turn. I am willing to listen to counter arguments, however, if anybody would like to place counter argument onto that ruling.
Before I open my mouth, so at this point in time, are you siding with myself or with Chris?
It sounds like with Chris, because in the ruling, the reason why is initiative is not itself a turn, but it rolling for initiative is an ability check, but it is not a turn.
It doesn't say I have to use it. It says I can only use it once per turn.
But it's not your turn, it's nobody's turn at initiative order.
But can you use it out of turn?
Yeah, I can use it on someone else's turn, because how else would I replace an attack roll against me?
But there are no turns yet, because we're not in combat. We're rolling for it, right?
If that's what you determine, I'll allow. I won't argue. I don't really have anything else, but that's fine. So, let me see what I'm going to do.
A turn is an entity's turn within a round, and therefore, since rounds haven't been established yet, it cannot last a round because rounds don't exist.
We'll do that ruling for the podcast, but if anyone listening has a different interpretation, feel free to drop it in a comment.
Yes.
Hit us up on the Discord. Let us know what
Please
you think.
do. Absolutely. Let us know what you think.
Yes.
I love
For sure.
learning and counter arguments, so please. But that is the ruling that I best see fit. Of course it is. I mean, it's up to whatever DM is running the table. But if you are a DM and you don't agree with that, please let us know and give us your reason why. A logical reason why, not just because I said so.
I am going to burn a luck point to reroll initiative.
Burn it. Cast it into the fire.
Okay.
Destroy it. Seal
So,
guard.
so how do we? Who wants to say what they got first?
I'll say mine first.
Okay.
I got 25.
Oh my gosh. I got 24.
Yes.
Oh, baby. Okay. Woo! That was
Yes.
close.
Oh
So,
my gosh, that was so
per-
intense.
Turn 1. The fighter is up. What would you like to do?
That was I mean, Mike, we did say that a lot of this is going to come down to who wins initiative, right?
That's true.
I didn't say that.
So Pooh, holding up his shield, reaches his right hand in there behind the shield and pulls out a revolver from behind the shield because I'm a gunslinger. And he aims it right at your stupid face, and I'm gonna fire. But with that attack, I am going to spend a grit point and use is called Deadeye Shot. When you make a firearm attack against a creature, you can expend a grit point.
Wait a minute. You're playing a gunslinger?
Yeah.
Gunslinger's not 5e material. That's unofficial content.
We said all sources, just no homebrew, no unearthed arcana.
That is homebrew, right? Does that count as homebrew? Because it's not D&D, it's Critical Role.
I mean, Matt Mercer wrote it for 5e. I'm okay with him.
If you're okay with it, then that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, it's on D&D Beyond. You can find it there, which is, I feel like, how a lot of us build this anyway. So, no, I'm good with it.
Okay. Well, in that case, Chris, shoot him in the head.
I'm gonna shoot him. I'm gonna shoot him dead. Expending my.
Will you read the Deadeye thing again? I didn't hear what the entire description.
When you make a firearm attack against a creature, you expend 1 grit point to gain advantage on the attack roll. So it only affects this attack, not all of my attacks.
Gotcha.
Excuse me. Let's see. I have a 16 on the roll. And so that's a 28. Do I hit you with that attack?
1 second. Hold the phone. I was just on the right page. Trying to get back to my AC.
Before you say AC, well, no, I should have declared it before I rolled.
I'm reading something. I apologize.
You're good.
Oh, never mind. I can't even do this. This is stupid. Okay, yeah, that definitely hits.
Perfect. I'm gonna roll damage all at the end. So my second attack, I'm gonna spend another grit point to use the Deadeye Shot again. But I'm also going to use my Sharpshooter feat to take a penalty on the attack roll to increase damage.
Perfect. Before you do that, that attack roll is going to be 2.
One of them is I have advantage.
Not
I get
sure
2
if that's how
dice.
it
You can only
reads.
affect 1 dice.
Let me read it again. No, I changed the check. I changed the actual roll.
DM, if I have advantage, does he change both dice or 1 dice?
I'm not changing a die. I'm changing the outcome. So I'm changing a saving throw or an ability check. So if you make an ability check at advantage or a saving throw at advantage, I'm just determining the outcome of what that is.
Right.
Does that work on attack rolls? Because this is an attack roll, not an ability or skill.
It says I can replace any attack roll, saving throw, or ability check made by myself or a creature I can see.
So even with advantage, once advantage is determined, whatever the higher roll is, that changes.
Correct. That's how I read this.
That's how I would interpret
It's changing the outcome, not the one of the two.
Right.
Okay. Well, wonderful. So since I have a 2 on that, I'm going to expend a luck point and roll an additional die and choose which one I want to use.
It's allowed.
And that is a 10, so a 22.
That hits.
All right. I'm going to move on to my third attack. I'm going to use another grit point to gain advantage. With my Deadeye feature. And I rolled a dang 5 and a 2. So I'm going to use another luck point. Please be kind.
I can use my luck point to cancel out that luck point, so it's not used. That's a feature of the feat.
Okay.
So we waste 2 luck points, and there's no change.
Great. So that one's going to miss you.
How many? Well, I don't know. I won't ask that question. I was gonna say how many luck points do you have, but I won't ask.
I mean, the feat is
Well,
negotiable.
unless a 17 hits.
A 17 does hit.
Okay, then I hit you. So that's 3 hits. Or 4th attack. This could be a straight roll. This is great. 16 on the roll for a 28.
That hits.
That's number 4. I'm going to action surge and make my additional attacks. I rolled a 4, so I'm gonna spend my 3rd luck point right here. That's a 19, baby. That's a crit. Gunslinger's crit on a 19 or a 20. That's number 5, right?
That
Number
is the
5?
5th attack, correct.
Okay, here's number 6. I've got a 2. Does a 14 hit you by chance?
It does hit me, yes.
Hell yeah! Alright, that's 6. Here's number 7. I got a 4.
Is your tactic kill him now before he can do anything at all?
That
Yes,
is
it
what
is.
it is.
Okay. Yeah.
It is 16 to hit,
That hits.
and then my 8th attack. 28.
Yeah.
Okay, so all 8 hit, and I've got 1 critical. Crap! I only used the sharpshooter feat 1 time. Oh, should have used it.
Yeah. That's just an extra 10.
Yeah, it's just an extra 10. So I only used it the 1 time. I should have declared it every time. Amateur hour over here.
Dang.
Oh, and because I am a bugbear, I get to add 2d6 per attack that hits because you have not taken your turn yet.
That's an interesting thing. I need to look at that race.
Go for it. You want me to read it?
No, I believe you.
Okay.
Read
I
it.
just never-
Read it for all of us. Just for
I've
those
never
of you
played it.
listening at home. Just what is it? Fun facts about bugbears.
Fun fact about bugbears. It's called surprise attack. If you hit a creature with an attack roll, the creature takes an extra 2d6 damage if it hasn't taken a turn yet in the current combat. So it's each attack roll that hits them before they've made a turn in the current combat.
That is
So-
impressive.
On all 8 attacks, I get to add an extra 2d6. Hold on, I gotta do some math real quick.
I gotta crunch them numbers. BRB.
There are a lot of ones here.
Winnie the Pooh wielding a revolver is peak imagery that I didn't know I needed, and I'm glad I have.
Does that revolver have 8 rounds? Do you have to reload any time in there?
I have the gunner feed. I can ignore the reload feature.
I've never played a. What's someone call it? Tell me the name.
Gunslinger.
Gunslinger.
Thank you.
I have played a gunslinger one time and not very well. It's a lot of dice.
It is a lot of dice.
The anticipation here is killing me. For those of you listening at home, you're still tuned in. It's just a lot of numbers.
It needs to be above a certain number, or else this is going to be phenomenal.
Are you about to bust out your TI-86 over there?
You take 183 points of damage.
God.
Barely. Very nearly. Not enough. But yes, that knocks Internus unconscious. And I'll say there's no one to bring me back to life. So that would be the end of this one.
All right. So we got one for the fighter. Poor wizard didn't even get to do anything.
No, he did not.
So
Don't worry. Let me reset everything.
So Pooh, it turned him into Swiss cheese, and then you get. I assume you grab the staff, and you
I
get
grab
to.
the staff and I charge on down to this bottom of this town and give it to my boss. Hey, boss.
He says, "Well, howdy there. You shot him dead, or you got the staff right there back? You got that back?"
I shot him dead lots of times.
Well, boy, howdy, welcome back to the clan. And then Pooh lived out his life happy and lucky. I didn't even, yeah, you're right. We didn't really even need roll 20. Nobody moved. So it's set up for round 2 now.
So to give a little context, since I'm gonna move on from this build, I will say, Mike, this is the build I was the absolute most confident in. Like when this debate first came up, yeah, the next fights will actually be more interesting. I promise. To everyone there, I just wanted to do this one first because I knew it would be quick and just to show that the gunslinger is stupid. And yeah, it matters when you bring a gun to a D&D fight. It changes things.
Definitely. No, go ahead. Sorry, Chris.
Oh no, you're good. And then bugbears are also the way to power build a fighter like crazy because you add that surprise attack to all of them. But you got to make a dex build.
Yeah.
And if I didn't have a plus 15 to initiative, I would have lost.
Yeah. Let's be clear. I don't know how many hit points that build had, so you could have withstood a barrage of spells and still gotten to go on your turn.
I will say the only thing that Pooh was ready to do was to kill you in one turn before you got to go.
Yeah.
Let's just be real.
It definitely throws a wrench in my plans that I'm not able to use my portents to affect initiative rolls. That was something.
So that as a DM, I would totally let you do that. But if we're going rules as written, to make this a who wins mechanically in a one-on-one fight, I think we have to go with what is written in there, and
I agree.
I do think that they don't have a turn.
I too would let you do that.
Let me ask this question. Different scenario. Not in combat until rolling initiative is completed. Would we enter into turn-based combat? Would you both agree?
Mhm.
So
Say that
it's
one
an
more
ability.
time.
Combat wouldn't start until everyone's rolled initiative. Like at the completion of everyone rolling initiative, we are in turn-based combat.
I would say so, yeah.
So it's an ability check that's being made out of turn order, right? If we're playing and, Matt Mercer is DMing us like he does every other weekend, and one of you, we have to jump off some structure, and he asks us all to make a dex save, and one of you's going to fail. Can I use my portent to make you pass?
I would say yes at that point because that's still a turn. I
No,
think
it's
everything. I think everything is a turn except initiative because it decides what the order of turns are.
we are going
Outside
to
of
do
combat, outside of combat, what decides the order of turns is the DM's discretion.
we're going to straddle the fence that is loose versus strict constructionalism, where rules that say explicitly yes you can do this versus there's nothing that says I can't do this. So
What would Thomas
we
Jefferson do?
thank
But
you.
what would he do?
So we can move on to the next one, and we'll uphold the rulings so far as they have been deemed.
Also, as a backup, I would have used a lucky point, add an additional roll to that portent.
That is fair, but I could have undid your luck point with my own luck point.
Only on an attack that's made against you.
Is
Right.
that what it is? I have to read it again. I have to go back.
It's like any ability, saving throw or attack you make or an attack made against you.
Right. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You're right. It's just an attack roll made against me.
So
Mhm.
that was my backup. Everything was about initiative, right?
We said
Alright,
that from
so-
the beginning.
Yes. Okay, so ready for round two?
Let's do round
One.
2. Here we go.
All right.
So same as
this
before.
one-
Let's see. Mike, what is your wizard doing?
The same thing he was doing last time. He's sitting with his legs crossed at the top of his tower, reading a book, smoking a pipe, taking in the wondrous scenery that is around him.
So then that would mean, Chris, what is your fighter doing?
His name is G. That's right. He's really great. G is out to avenge his lost kingdom that died. That was mostly wiped away by magic and magic users. He believes all magic is evil, and he is set to purge the world of such evil. And he senses powerful magic at the top of this tower, so he is climbing this tower. I will climb this evil wizard's tower, and I will destroy it. I will rip it from brick to brick to rid the world of this evil.
Fortunately, on this day, it's a very sunny day, not a cloud in the sky. As the sun radiates upon the top of this tower, you see this wizard with a beard, a stick, smoking pipe weed, meditating on life's mysteries. You don't even have to roll perception for it. You just see it clear as day.
Nice. And then, Mike, you see this figure. He is wearing a kimono. This little robe situation. The bottoms of the kimono completely cover his feet, and he's wearing a cone weaved hat. He has a sword at his hip, and a longbow in his hand, a lovely quiver of arrows on his back. You there? Are you the one who commands this tower?
I am. Speak your peace and be on with yourself.
I smell the magic on you, old man. Magic is evil. It has no place in this world. You must be gone from here, creature.
You speak with such ignorance of things you don't truly understand. Perhaps a lecture will set you straight. Stay a while and listen, why don't you?
May the gods forgive me for what I am about to do. And may the devils prepare you a place in hell that is fiery beyond all belief.
Oh, brother. Again with this nuisance.
I appreciated
Lovely.
the stay a while and listen reference there. That made me happy.
I did too.
What a
Stay a
throwback.
while and listen.
Well, with that being said, roll initiative. Let's do this.
Let's go.
Let's go.
21, baby.
23.
Balls.
The wizard is first up to bat. Wizard, looking at this kimono wearing fighter, what would you like to do?
Is that kimono all you brought to wear? I feel a breeze coming in. It's going to get quite drafty in here. I hope you have some warmer clothing. And as he's speaking this, you see this fog leaving his mouth, because almost like when you walk outside after a snow, how you can see your breath on the air.
Yeah.
And he will cast True Polymorph on himself to become an ancient white dragon.
And yeah, he does that. That's the thing. He is an ancient white dragon now. Cool.
And with my I will fly directly 80 feet into the air with my movement and hover there.
Sweet. Oh, we don't have a white dragon, unfortunately, that I can see for the sake of time. However, a hippogriff is white.
It's gargantuan.
How many spots does that take up?
Should be
How many feet is that?
Should be
9?
4x4.
or 4x4.
Cool. There he is. I made him bigger. So your wizard, he's gonna go over here for a minute. He's gonna go out of the way.
It's fine.
There you go. All right, we got this 4 squares occupying, and you're 80 feet in the air. Cool.
Yeah,
But in the same spot, like just hovering above where you were. Okay. so
correct.
You're about 30 feet away from that. Cool. Okay. Sweet. You are now a dragon. Sweet. Let's go. Fighter. Good luck. Have fun.
I need it. Mike, is that your turn?
Yes, that is my turn.
Foul beast, I knew it. You foul the air with your evil. For flavor, I'm gonna take the conical hat, throw it to the side all dramatically, and you see he has horns on his head. You may recognize him as some beast, but I'm not gonna tell you. And I am going to use my bonus action to use Fighting Spirit as bonus action. You can give yourself advantage on weapon attack rolls until the end of the current turn and give yourself 15 temporary hit points. Oh yeah. Temporary hit points so good. Booyah. Plus I get advantage on all these sweet attacks. So nice. So I'm gonna get to attacking you. Get ready as I draw this longbow. Pew 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 pew. Nat 20, baby. Started off so right. Okay, that's attack 1. Attack 2. I got a 17 on the roll. Where's my things? Oh, it's all the way up here. 29.
Yes.
Okay, that's number 2. Dang it.
Oh, Chris, I need you to not create chaos at this moment in time.
Okay, so one of them is a 16. I'll just grab it. 16 and a 17. I got a 29 to hit.
Yes.
That's 3.
Mhm.
Number 4 I've got a 7 on the roll plus 12, 19 to hit.
That does not hit.
All right, I've got 3 hits, 1 miss, 1 crit. I'm gonna action surge and keep attacking. Let me click the thing. So there we go. Okay. Number 5. I got a 15, so a 27 to hit.
That does hit.
All right. Attack number 6. I'm gonna use a luck point here because I rolled a 3 and a 2.
Those aren't very good.
I rolled another dadgum 3. I'm gonna assume that misses. Does a 15 hit?
It does not.
Okay, so that was number 6. Here's number 7. I've got 19 on the die. 31.
That hits.
Okay. And then that was number 7. This is number 8. 29 to hit.
That hits.
All right, so I've got 6 hits, 2 misses, 1's a crit. Is that what you heard as
That
well?
is. Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
that's
Yes.
on track.
Okay. Longbows are a D8, so I got 6 D8s. I get an extra 1. Oh yeah, cause that crit, baby. Oh, you know what I just remembered on the bugbear? I didn't even add my dex modifier.
Well, I wish you would have added a negative dex modifier.
I'll remember to do that this time.
He's busting out the TI-85. He's got to graph this on a parabola.
It's not nearly as bad as last time.
It's not good for you.
You take 59 points of damage there, good sir.
All right.
As a
Are you going to take any movement your turn?
no, I stand there defiantly. Do your
Yeah.
worst.
So, and Turnus, Ernie, will swoop down his. I'm not good at math. If I come down and forward at an angle, am I able to get within 15 feet of the fighter?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, yeah,
That'd
I'm
be
gonna.
15 right there.
Perfect. Let's do it. I'm landing, coming down, landing 15 feet within the fighter, and I'm going to ask if you would, sir, as I inhale and prepare my cold breath to make a Constitution saving throw.
Sure. I have a 25.
Yeah, you pass. Nice. So let me roll this here dang damage.
Be gentle.
You're taking half.
It's cold damage?
It is.
Okay.
Okay. Do we round up or down?
But you round down, right?
Yeah, I think so too.
Rules as
So
written
you
would be
take
round down.
33 points of cold damage.
So much for my temporary hit points. And that was half?
That was halved, correct.
Awesome. Awesome.
Is that your turn?
It is my turn.
Moving to the fighter yet again.
So are you like right up in my face right now? Is that
I'm 15 15 feet away from you.
And
Sweet.
like 40 feet in the air, right? Because you have your speed, or you have your hover.
I just wanted to come within 15 feet of him, or whatever that was. I don't know if you
Yeah.
tell me it's. There's no way I'm 40 feet in the air if I'm within 15 feet of him.
Okay.
I'm much lower.
Yeah. And you are
So
you're pretty close to the ground.
yeah, I'm gonna learn from my mistakes, and I'm just gonna declare all this ahead of time. But I'm gonna use Fighting Spirit once again to gain my temporary hit points again, and have advantage on my weapon attacks this turn. And I'm going to use the Sharpshooter feat for all 8 of my attacks, because I'm also going to action surge again. So that is happening.
Do it.
And that's a -5 for all of those.
Yes. All right, attack number 1. We have a 26.
That is.
All right, that's number 1. Number 2, 25.
That is.
All right, number 3.
No, stop! Run away!
I need to set up a better dice rolling system. Hang on just a second.
During this intermission, I would like to say thanks for tuning in. Oh, by the way, Spotify people, check your blind spots. Make sure you're driving real good.
24.
24 hits.
That was number 3. So here's number 4. 24 again.
24 hits.
Number 5. I have a 22.
22 hits.
Number 6. Oh yeah, baby. 25.
That hits.
And then number 7. 24.
24 hits.
And last one, number 8. Thank God that's at advantage. 21.
21 hits.
All 8 of them hit. Perfect. So with that sharpshooter feat, that starts off as 80 plus 32. 80 plus 32, that's 112, right?
Yes, that sounds correct.
Yes.
Okay. And now let me roll my damage dice. A nice clean 150 damage
Is that total?
total.
Okay.
Die, foul creature!
And is that your turn?
That is my turn.
All right. Before the beginning of my turn, but at the conclusion of his turn, I would like to take a legendary action.
Do it.
And that will be make a dexterity saving throw, please.
$27.
Okay, that passes.
Yay.
Okay, yeah, nothing happens to you. Boom, that's it.
Woo.
I can also fly up to half my speed at that point in time, so I will do so by landing directly in front of the fighter, right then and there. Boom, boom. Okay, and then now it is my turn, and I am going to multi-tack. So that's 1 with my bite, 2 with my claws, and use my frightful presence. So
Sweet.
my first bite. Does a 30 hit?
Yeah, that hits.
That's going
Yeah.
to be. This is mixed damage. Hold on, I'm gonna just write down what it is.
For everyone listening, I was not expecting him to turn into a dragon, and I find this super fun.
I know you weren't, but I knew he was going to. That's what makes it fun for me.
Damage with my claws. Does a 26 hit?
Yeah, it's gonna hit.
The last one with the claw. Okay, okay. Does a 21 hit?
Yeah, that still hits.
Okay, yeah, that hits too. And then go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw. But before you do, the outcome will be 5. Would you like to burn a luck point?
No, I would like to burn an indomitable point because I'm a fighter.
I don't know what that does.
I shall read it for you.
Thank you.
Indomitable, you can re-roll a saving throw that you fail. You must use the new roll. You can use this 3 times per long rest.
Nice. Does it say that you can only use it once per turn, or did you use all 3 back to back?
It just says you can re-roll a saving throw that you fail. You must
That's
use
awesome.
the new roll.
So you can use it all 3 times. That's pretty cool. All right. So
I didn't know that was.
go ahead and re-roll that 5.
Nat 20, baby. Plus
For a total of
29.
Okay, yeah, that passes. All right. So you are not feared, but let's see here. Do you have any resistances or immunities to piercing, cold, or slashing damage?
I do not.
Okay.
I suddenly wish I did, though.
Stripping it off as flat damage then.
Yeah, that's fine. Not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting to need that against a wizard. That's why I didn't care about my AC either. Oh, temporary hit points, please save me.
So is that your turn there, wizard?
Hold on. It is going to be, 63 points of damage.
Very solid. Very solid. So that wipes away my 15 temporary hit points. So that's 48. Awesome. Alrighty then.
By the way, all the music that is being played right now is by Alexander Nakarda, who does royalty-free like battle music and stuff. So go check them out. Want to give credit where credit's due. Good old Alexander. Okay, fighter, what are you doing here?
Same thing as last time. As my bonus action, I use my fighting spirit, gain my temporary hit points and my advantages on this attack. I am going to use sharpshooter on all 4 of my attacks because I'm out of action surge. Poor fighter only gets 2 of those. Didn't think I'd need more. Mike's over there being difficult.
He is a dragon, so.
That is true. 23.
23 hits.
Number 2. 23 again.
That hits again.
Number 3. 21.
21 hits.
And number 4. That's gonna hit. I know it is. 24.
That also hits.
All right, so I got four hits. So it's 40, 56. You take 81 points of damage.
Okay.
You shall not win this day.
Oh boy, oh boy. Is that the end of your turn?
That is my turn.
Wizard. You are up.
Whoa, it's not my turn yet. Let me do a legendary action and make
Oh,
a,
of course.
make a tail attack against the fighter.
Not the tail.
Does a 21 hit?
Yeah, it's gonna hit.
All right, then you take 19 points of bludgeoning damage.
Here go my temporary hit points.
And now it is my turn, so I'm gonna re-roll my breath recharge, which I do get back, and I would like
course
you to
he
do
does.
a Constitution saving throw, please.
Of course he does. 23.
Oh, you save. So please take. Whatever this is, half. Oh wow, the same amount, 33 cold damage.
All right. It's getting cold in here, so put on some more clothes.
Should have dropped more than just
What a
that.
bob.
Oh, it is now your turn.
X to the yeah. I am going to shoot your face
That's
with
very polite
more-
of you.
with more arrows. Yep, that's what's gonna happen, and I am gonna use the sharpshooter feat on this roll. Attack number 1. I do not have advantage no more, so this is a big risk. 24. That was lucky. All right, that was number 1. Attack number 2. Sharpshooting again. Come on, luck, be with me. That's a 7. That's a 14. I'm going to use a luck point to re-roll that.
I'm going to use a luck point to prevent you from using a luck point.
Oh no.
Fudge.
Rats.
Fudge.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to keep attacking. That was number 2, right? Yeah, this is number 3.
Yeah.
20. 30, 20.
20 hits.
And number 4. 20 again.
That hits.
I got 3 hits. Somebody's being mean with the lookies. You take 56 points of damage total.
Wait.
What are you're attacking with a longbow, right?
Yeah.
Did you move?
Nope.
Because you are within 5 feet of the dragon, because it came down to your face.
That is great because I have the feat that says it doesn't matter.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, doesn't impose disadvantage at close distance.
That's a good thing because it's supposed to be really bad for you.
Yes, that would be quite bad.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, sorry, that's my turn.
So as those arrows enter this dragon's hide, you see the dragon start to crumble in shape and shift back to an old man as he removes an arrow from his shoulder. And he says, "This is quite unexpected." Yes, indeed. And he's going to hold out his finger, pointing at your longbow, and says, "I have about enough of that," and cast Disintegrate on your longbow.
Do I get to make a saving throw since I'm holding said longbow? Because it's still a dex save, is it not?
It says it's a dex save, but it says a creature targeted by this spell must make a dexterity saving throw, blah, 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 blah. A disintegrated creature, blah, blah, blah. The spell automatically disintegrates a large or smaller non-magical object or creation of magical force. If the target is huge or a larger object or creation of force, the spell disintegrates a 10-foot cube portion of it. Magic items are unaffected by this spell. So what do you think, DM?
I say that since you're not targeting the creature, you're targeting the longbow itself. No saving throw, because rules as written would say saving throw. The longbow just turns to ash. It doesn't feel so good anymore.
All is right. And that will be the end of my turn.
All right, fighter with no weapon. What you gonna do? Slap him.
With no longbow. Hold on. Because normally you can't target something that's worn or carried, but that doesn't say that in here. Very fun. Today I learned that wizards are douchebags. Today I learned. Fantastic. Well, let me get this going here. I do not need that to kill you. And he pulls out his sword and he charges. Well, I don't have to charge very far because you're right next to me.
Yeah.
And wham! I'm attacking so good. Attack number 1. Do I hit you with a 22?
You do.
Number 2. 22 again.
That still hits.
Number 3. 22 again. I've rolled 3 12s in a row.
That still hits.
Number 4. 14 this time, so it's 24. So you're gonna take. You're gonna take 42 points of damage.
That's it.
Yeah, man. I ain't got no action surges.
Wonderful.
I just had to kill a freaking dragon.
Sure you did.
What would be most appropriate? Is that my turn?
That is my turn. It is your turn now. I need to get to saying that. Sorry.
The wizard grasps his staff, and you start to see these runes light up around it as he uses his signature spell, Haste, on himself. So I'm El Hastened. And I will use the disengage action with my new hasted action, and I will retreat backwards 60 feet.
60 whole feet.
Oh, because your movement speed is doubled.
Correct.
Right. Is that your turn?
That will be my turn, yeah, once Garrett finishes with the fickas.
Boop. All right, there you go. You are 60 feet away.
Well, that's
Just in a straight line, right? You're not trying to do
Correct.
anything fancy. Okay.
Just a straight line.
Cool.
well, that is quite lovely. I am going to move up 35 feet with my movement speed towards him.
Okay.
I miss my longbow. And then I'm gonna pull out my shield. And I would like to dash and close the distance. Be right in his face.
Okay. There you go. You are in his face.
Can I use a bonus action to hit him with my shield? Because it's my offhand.
Is that written? Can you do that?
I mean, you can punch somebody if you're unarmed, but I don't think you can do it with a shield. I was just being stupid.
Oh, you're not stupid. I think you're pretty neat. Let's see. I'm gonna say no. You can't do that.
That's fine. That's my turn.
The wizard, with this fighter standing in front of him, shield at the ready, will take his finger in a familiar gun-like figure and point it at his head and cast Disintegrate at 8th level.
Cool.
Please make a dexterity saving throw.
Sure thing, buddy. That is a 24.
That saves. Let us see how much damage you take.
None. If you succeed the saving throw and disintegrate, you take no damage.
That is correct. I'm reading the wrong thing.
Something wrong with your finger there, old man?
Oh, this is quite concerning. And with the with his hasted action, we'll take the disengage feat and run 60 feet in a different direction. No, I won't do that. I'm joking. With my hasted action, I'll just attack. Normal quarterstaff attack.
Smack him in the head.
I doubt it even hits to the 10 hit.
No, it does not hit.
I swing a stick at him, and it's just like I'm trying to fan him.
My mighty shield has saved the day. Is that your turn?
That is, yeah, it's your turn.
I attack you. Foul creature! It is time to die. Attack 1. I've got a 17.
That hits.
Number 2. 18.
That hits.
Number 3. I got a nat 1, baby.
That does not hit.
That does
That
not.
does-
Yeah, I can tell
That
you.
doesn't hit. Okay. Number 4. 21.
That hits.
You're gonna take. Oh, that's a pretty good roll. 34 points of damage as I poke you.
Woof.
And that is my turn.
I will say this round is definitely a lot more balanced than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be whoever got initiative curb stomp the other into the ground and that'd be game. But I think we're like on round 8 or 9 now.
I mean, the buffer of the 300 plus hit points that the dragon had that canceled out his action surging definitely saved me there. I also thought the dragon would do a lot more damage, but it did
I
not,
too would thought
surprisingly.
that, but there's a lot of deck
Burn.
saves in there.
Yeah, for the ancient dragon type. But
Like I said, I didn't build AC.
I'm going to do a thing.
Do it.
I support this decision.
He's going to extend his hand and slap you across the face, casting the shocking grasp cantrip.
Cantrip. Okay.
Does a 19 hit?
Yes, it does hit.
Nice. 28 points of lightning damage.
Bring in the lightning.
And then with my hasted action, quarterstaff. Boom. Punch you in the... Oh, nice. Does a 22 hit?
It does. That does indeed hit.
You take 2 points of damage.
That one really got me.
What if that's all it took?
No. Is that your turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Prepare to die. Attack 1. 23.
That's...
Number 2, 30-20.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3. Oh, I got really excited for a second. I don't crit on 19s anymore. 29.
Yes.
And number 4. But that's a crit, baby. Yes. So that was crit hits. So I get extra die. So you take 23, 27, 31, 32. 32 points of damage. My extra crit die was a 1.
And I'm unconscious. That's it. That's all it took. I will say, action surge is underrated, and they get
It
it at
is.
level. They get it at level 2.
Yeah.
There were some things. There's like a lot of things that, since we don't get any extra items or whatever, and I talked about, there's a 7th level spell, Force Cage. It's not concentration. There's no save. You're just trapped in whatever I come up with, but it requires that ruby dust, and it lasts for
an hour, doesn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they had some things in there where I was like, well, if I can just trap you here in an hour, and then like delayed blast fireball next to the cage and just wait. Or I had another strategy where I would use time stop to same thing, time
Mhm.
stop you, move away. Mage armor doesn't affect anything. Delayed blast fireball for those however many turns, and then go from there. That's those were some of the other tactics. I think that
Wait, was there a winner? I stepped away to go to the little gentleman's room.
yes, I was knocked unconscious. So the fighter, it is victorious with the Final Fantasy VII victory music. And we were just discussing different strategies that I thought I would employ, but the wizard is heavily reliant on a lot of resources. Um, those of you who've never played a wizard to a higher level, the gold alone that you need to copy spells into your spell book or create different spell books, it's substantial. And then a lot of your higher level spells require, thousands of gold pieces of materials and components, and you know, being able to dish out 8 attacks in a turn at advantage. Um, I think that you kind of see why when Wizards made the game and they have the legendary creatures with legendary actions, literally how important action economy is in terms of everything. So fair play to Chris. I would know that we have a bet on the line, and I will fulfill my portion as promised. But yeah, I thought all in all, it was. I'm glad I threw something at you that you didn't expect.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When you changed into a dragon, like when you said true polymorph, I was like, oh, here we go, saving throw for me. What is he gonna turn me into? And then you said on yourself, and I was like, wait, what? He can do that?
He can and he
It has
did.
it has to be a challenge rating that's for PC that's um your level or less than, and the other option, if not that, was going to be a nightmare. If any of you
Mm,
listening have never looked at the stat block for the nightmare, it was a close second. It was going to be a tough one.
I have looked
Um,
at that before, and it is disgusting. Um,
so
Also, the sharpshooter feat for a ranged attacker is so ridiculously broken if you can gain advantage on your attacks. It is absolutely so stupid to be able to add 10 different or 10 more damage, especially if you're attacking 8 times with the
like
action surge.
any of those, like even if it's not ranged, but like Great Weapon Master for
Mhm.
anyone who can routinely attack at advantage, like the samurai who can give themselves advantages, or barbarians who can give themselves advantage with reckless. Um,
Mhm.
and the barbarian kit, I feel like, is worth it more because, well, not worth it more. You kind of offset, like if you're raging, yeah, they get advantage on their attacks against you, but you're resistant to most of that damage. So,
Yeah.
there's some balance there. So, not that I'm biased towards barbarians, but I love them.
Barbarians are amazing. Um, the thing about fighters versus wizards is that wizards are not meant to stand up to all that offense. So that's what is, in my opinion, that's what gives the fighter the advantage, is because the fighter can defend very well. Um, like I still have 170 hit points.
Yeah, that's the hit die across 20 levels and the difference in constitution. That's another thing. Like I'm spending most of the time pumping stats into intelligence, and I'm not getting any more HP per level. Like con is a good stat for wizards because, for your concentration saving throws, um, which I didn't make for haste, getting attacked a bunch of times, but it didn't matter. The um, but it's over the course of, like I said, 20 levels. If I were to max out the number 6 20 times versus, it's a D10 for a fighter.
Yes, D10.
Yeah, it's hundreds, plus whatever their con mod is. So,
And I
um,
took the tough feat, so I got 40 extra hit points on top of that.
I have mixed feelings about the tough feat. We should
Yeah.
do we should do another episode where we talk about each of our most overrated feats and our most underrated feats.
Mm,
We should
yes,
do that.
we should absolutely do that.
Oh my
Because
God.
I'm going to bring in some of these that I use for this build. Like for my saving throws, um, I just want to read you off this goody list here. Like I have a +10 in my dex save, +8 for my con, a +7 for intelligence, and a +9 for my wisdom saves.
Pretty. It's like some monk stuff right there. Proficiency in all
Yeah.
saving throws. The um, I will say also going into with a fighter who you can make a dex central build, which if you're going to single combat with a wizard and you know like a majority of their damage spells are dex saves, it's easy to push it into that area. And so you have to like offset, I think, with the party when you're going through a longer campaign, because I haven't played through a lot of campaigns where the final boss was not some kind of magic user,
Mhm.
and dex always comes in handy, always.
Well, Dex is the best stat. Like, regardless of what your class is, Dex is the best stat in the game because of how many things it affects. Like your initiative count, your armor class, and so many of your skills are Dex based, and there's so many Dex saves to make. And when I play a fighter, like I make a Dex fighter. I don't. If I want to play a Strength fighter, I'm gonna play a Barbarian because that's a better version. Like if I want to play an archer, I'm gonna play a fighter and not necessarily a ranger. Like a ranger is like I want to do more than just be an archer. Like you can use a bow as really well as as a ranger, but if you're planning on just being an archer, be a fighter because just archery, the fighter's better, but the ranger's better overall because they're more versatile as far as being just an archer. But fighter versus wizard, I feel like we got this one. Are you curious at all about my third build?
I am curious. I'm gonna have to talk offline with you about that one.
Yeah.
With the time constraints that I have, or we can bring it up on the next investigation check. Either way, when we talk about our feats.
Yeah, let's we should do a debrief at the beginning of next week because we are at an hour and 22 minutes now. So,
Ooh, yes. Absolutely.
but the fighter came out on top today. So, but it was well fought, both sides. That was a lot more even than I thought it was going to be, which was crazy. But yeah, congrats to both of you for a game well fought, 2 games well fought. And there you go. There you have it, folks. Fighter would win. There's our case study right there.
Well played, Mike. Well played.
Yeah. If anybody has a build they thought I should have done differently, feel free also put it in the comments, put it in the Discord. I'd love to hear some ideas. Went with what I thought would make the most sense for a one-on-one combat, but obviously it didn't go too hot for myself, so that's what it is. And yeah.
And while you're there in the Discord putting that in, why don't you go get yourself a Salutations hat, get yourself a 225 shirt, get yourself something nice. You deserve it. You deserve something nice in life. So do that.
Sure do. You sure do.
And with that being said, I guess that takes us out. So may the road rise to meet you all. May the wind be at your back. May your rolls be 20s and your GMs gentle, like me tonight. And until we see each other again, friends, may a friend hold you close. We'll talk again real soon. Adios. See you guys.